live on YouTube, on Facebook. Ready to go, right? Right. Okay. Whew. You see the comments already on Facebook here. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Key. Greta. I'm sorry. Rosemary. Hi. Yep. Nope. Was running late in the shop. Newsletter is done. Mess that it is. It's a long, jumbled mess of a newsletter. But hey, Gail. Wow, what a week. So as I said in the newsletter, we had this debacle of an Oscar event, talked about that. Yes, it was scripted, it was scripted, it was scripted, it was scripted. Okay, why was it scripted? Well, one, ratings, and two, Jada and Will own a tremendous stock in pharmaceuticals for alopecia. Yeah, well, it's going up really fast right now, guys. Everyone's talking about it. But yeah, I have it on very good word that it was scripted, faked, and the audience didn't know, but the stagehands did, and that's where I know from. So pretty, I'd say I wasn't there, so 99% sure that it was scripted. But as I said, hey Kat, hey April. As I said in the newsletter, Tuesday, my day off, China was there, and Wednesday, everyone, barring everyone that came to the shop, left with at least one smudge, Palo, spray, something for cleansing. And I really think it just made everyone feel a little unclean, a little dirty, just seeing that. And, you know, if for nothing else, I saw it scripted. I just saw it. You could almost see like where that, if it was a movie, it'd be like, and you know, it was just, he's laughing at the joke. He looks it over, and it was like everything shifted, turned, and he went into act mode. And it was brilliant actor. So why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it look real? But bothered me is that nobody checked on Chris Rock. Like, someone assaults you on stage, and there's obviously security. For God's sakes, there's millions of dollars worth of jewels and all these celebrities and everything, and no one checks to see if the host is okay after someone basically assaults him. You would think they'd be on that stage immediately, right? Come on. I don't even know if Chris was in on it. I'm not sure about that part of it. I just know that, anyways, well, you know what? Whatever. It bothers me because these aren't people that I necessarily dislike as human beings. So, you know, and that's where the dirty part comes in, is you know, these are people you want to like. These are people you want to think, you know, why would they do that? But yeah, they did. So what else? Nicoletta, hi, Elisa. Okay, I'm freezing if I'm repeating myself. It is cold outside. I just ran up the stairs. Keeks, you around? Keekers. My cat just got shaved. He's a Norwegian forest cat. He's massive, and he's got this coat that is even more massive than a Maine Coon. You just wouldn't believe how thick this cat's fur is, and he looks like a big puffball, but he's big. He's like a 25-pound cat, and he doesn't always clean himself very well, and he gets knotted, and I didn't get him as a kitten, so he's not particularly fond of being, you know, combed. If you have a cat, guys, if you have cats, one thing your cat would love, it's on Amazon, it's like $5 or $6, but it looks like a plastic brush, and it sits on the corner of a wall, and oh my God, he loves this thing. He brushes against it all the time. You know, you'd want to think he'd have less knots, but he doesn't. I had a silver shaded Persian years ago, and Buddy was amazing. Loved being brushed. I brushed him every day. He never had a knot. This cat tolerates it for about 2 seconds, and then he's not happy. So the result, he gets shaved down. He gets shaved down a few times a year, at least twice a year, usually 3. But anyways, getting a almost 30-pound cat down the stairs, down the street to the groomer, in a carrier is no small thing. So, what else? Just talked a lot about cleansing and clearing, and there's a lot of people coming in, even warding their cars. Honesty is a big thing right now. All of a sudden, a lot of the readings, and honesty, yeah, I know, thank you. Honesty can hurt, and people being brutally honest and saying things like, I don't love you anymore. You know, it's like, damn, that's a little rough, you know? How are you today? You know, whew, a little harsh, a little difficult, coming out of left field, apparently, for many people. People being fired very abruptly, let go of jobs. Surprise! No one likes to get fooled, and here we are on April's Fools. And I personally do not like April Fool's Day. I'm not a big fan. I don't like practical jokes, and I don't like meanness necessarily. And a lot of the jokes are mean in nature. And these aren't jokes, so they're extra mean. You know, this idea of fooled ya. You thought I cared. Fooled ya. You thought you had job stability. Fooled ya. You know, thought we were friends. Yeah, all of that. Hey, stop it. You too. Stop it. You say hello? You're another one in a mood, huh? You in a mood? You say hi? Say hello? No. No? No hi? Oh, okay. You've been grumpy. I know. I left you. You got cookies in there. Get yourself a cookie. What's up, me? I put stuff in your case before I took you out, so you're okay. He has these little cakes he likes, these little parrot cakes with fruit in them. Huh? You like them? You're not going to talk at all, huh? You say hi? You say hello? Okay. They're all watching you. I think they just tune in to see if you'll come on the scene here. You're going to show up. Hey, Daniel, I was just thinking of you this morning. I swear. I was putting on a face cream. I was thinking about you if your ears were ringing. That was me. Jen. Oh my God, Jen, yes, these things, you wouldn't believe how much the cats like them. So, yeah, they're cheap. So I haven't seen a cat yet that didn't like them, but mine definitely likes it. I want to look into, oh God, there's that fish that flops around. I do say that, but it's true. I was thinking of you this morning. What was I going to say? There's that fish that flops around. The cats are supposed to like that. And then they have this cat, because he's a big ass cat. They have those cat wheels that they can run on. I thought I'd try that out, but I don't want to spend $150 and the cat doesn't like it. And I've got this big ass oversized hamster wheel sitting in my house. So kind of waiting on that one. But what else can we talk about? Oh my God, I got so much stuff in the shop. There are so many decks. When I did that little Facebook Live there, I hadn't even opened up the boxes of decks, cards, books. Holy cow. The manifestation cards that I had talked about and shown you, I think I sold 100 last Saturday. Come here. This is Keekers. Yeah, I know. You don't even start. Look at you posturing. This is Mr. Keekers. Now, usually he's got this huge ruff and he looks like a big mountain lion, but he's just got shaved and he does not like the bird and the bird does not like him. It's a mutual. He's like, get that thing away from me. But this is Mr. Keekers. Say hi. Can you say hi and be nice for a moment? A moment? Hello? Just be the peaceful king. Oh, look at your face. Look at you. Stop it. Wow. Why are you drooling? You're drooling. Why are you drooling? This isn't good. I drool too. You know, you love that. You love intimidating people, don't you? I know you do. You do it to my kids' friends all the time. He loves it. Stare you right down. Look at the cat's like, I'm ignoring him. He's dead to me. What? You're mean. Not everyone gets you like I do. Okay. All right? Don't be like that. Don't be like that. I swear to God. You say hi? This is a big cat. I'm telling you right now. This is like, all right? See, nobody ever sees you. China hasn't even seen you. Do you know I didn't know that? She told me today she's never seen you. Can you believe it? What do you stop staring him down? You're so mean. Why are you doing that? Wow. Wow. All right, you good? You good boy. Go on. Stop it. You are vicious. Why are you acting like that? Do you see this? Do you see this face on it? Hey. Okay. You don't usually get, okay, you ready? I'll look at you. Yeah, you're biting, he's biting, everyone's biting. I can see this going really badly from my face in the middle of you two. So let's stop right now. Okay, that was fun. All righty. Oh gosh. Ooh. Interesting. Thank you. Thank you all for my compliments. And I'm going to answer your question in a second, but if you're thinking of adopting a cat, there are two sites on Facebook. One is Free Pets Connecticut, and the other is Connecticut Free Pets. Two sites, two different sites. You got to sign up for membership, and it is full of people. I was just showing someone yesterday, people who are losing their homes, people who have to move and leave their cats and their dogs or their rabbits or their, gerbils and hamsters and what have you. And so that's a wonderful source if you want to adopt an animal and meet the owners and see the environment. A little different than going to a rescue organization. I'm not trying to knock the rescue organizations. These people are usually desperate. They usually have to get rid of their animals very quickly. There isn't time to get fosters. I've adopted through them. I've sent other people who have been very happy. Naturally, you got to be careful. Naturally, you've got to go there with someone. I would never go to someone's house alone. But from what I've seen and heard, as often as not, and I'm sure some of these people get, I hate these, obviously, people that fight dogs and other terrible things that can happen to an animal. But then again, I've seen rescues do some pretty shitty things too, frankly, or so-called rescues. So if you're looking to adopt a cat or a dog or a pet, you want to save and you want to rescue, let me recommend those two sites on Facebook to you. And yeah, prepare to get your heart broken, of course. But yeah, you are just mean. I don't know what's, whoa, wow, okay, we're in a mood. So that's two things. And so with regard to Lemuria, I'm not sure about that goddess cult. I'm not entirely familiar. Thank you, Michelle. Thanks, Janet. Hi, Cheryl. Julie. So that's a place to adopt, and honestly, they're usually looking to just either give them away or very nominal, like $25. And again, very often they've got their shots. Very often they're, you meet the owners and what the heck, right? So just as often they're purebred animals too. Very often it's really, really sad. I've seen German Shepherds. I've actually recently I just saw a German Shepherd on there. And what happens, unfortunately, is they post them and then people are yelling at them, like, how dare you? Why don't you take them with you? It's like, look, that's great. Like, I'd live in my car. Well, good. You live in your car with your dog or your cat. That's wonderful. Not if you had children, you wouldn't, because you'd have DCF knocking at the door, taking your kids away from you. So it's not that simple. It's not that easy. The people that I've met have been just heartbroken and sad. I got kickers in that way, and they brought them to me crying, and so it was a little traumatic for the cat even. But it, kept him out of the pound, kept him from the Humane Society, which is good, right? Has the weeks and weeks to prepare, or thinks that they're not gonna, that the landlord's gonna change their mind at the last minute, or whoever they're living with is gonna change their mind at the last minute. So, it doesn't always work out. And I'm sorry for that. I'm not saying it happily, but have you found yourself either compelled to explain yourself, something I'm not really comfortable doing, and yet I've been doing it myself, or feeling the need to get your point across? Like, just like, it's really important that people get where you're coming from. I've never cared the way I care lately. All of a sudden, I care that people get me, or people are hearing me, or I don't know what that is about. I think we're being driven or compelled to know where our lines in the sand are, and what we stand for, and what we're willing to live and die for, and what matters to us and what doesn't matter to us. And as we take in the news and the false news, and you can't believe anything. I was just told by someone, this is only like 4 weeks ago, in the military, believe nothing that you see or read in the news, especially as pertains to the Ukraine. Don't believe it. A lot of lies. And that was someone actually in the military. So, waking up at 3 a.m., when that's happened to me, and I've been through that, where it's like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., waking up, I often wonder if sometimes it isn't kind of like the emergency broadcasting system goes off just to make sure you'll answer the call, or you'll wake up, or a fire alarm test to make sure you know how to exit the building. A lot of the things that we experience that have a metaphysical or paranormal aspect to them, I think, is just their way of saying, okay, so if I call you, you're going to answer, or if I warn you, you're going to listen. And so all these little synchronicities, where you think of somebody randomly that you haven't talked to in years, and they call you. You put on your makeup and you got some song playing in your head, random song, haven't heard it in years. You get in the car, turn the radio on, and bam, there's the song. I think it's just their way of letting you know, yeah, you can trust this. So then if randomly you get a sense like, I shouldn't get in the car and go there, or I shouldn't get on that plane, or I shouldn't put my kid on the school bus this morning, you're not going to ignore it. You're not going to play it off like, these things never happen. No, you're like, oh, no. Every time I think of something, it happens. Let me heed the warning. And the only way they can do that is by doing these test drills. So yeah, if you randomly at 3 a.m. feel like, I got to get up and I got to get out of this house, you're going to honor that, And we know from 9/11, people who survived 9/11, who woke up and missed their bus, and rather than wait for the bus, they had the sense that they shouldn't get on the next one. People, alarm clocks didn't go off, they were running late, and they said, screw it, I'm going to call in sick. And they are people who didn't die. And we have no way of knowing how many people did catch that second bus, or did wake up with a sense of, I shouldn't go to work. Oh, no, that's ridiculous. I'm going to work. John Edwards, and one of the reasons why we no longer see much of John Edwards was that he was contacted. I was fascinated by the story. He's actually a very good man. He was contacted by families of people who died in 9/11, who asked him to do a show and contact their beloved, people who had died, to make sure they were over, that they were safe. It was an amazing show. Did you see it? No, you didn't see it. wasn't allowed to get aired. And in fact, he was accused of trying to shake down people and all these awful things. And he, he didn't defend himself. You didn't hear about it because he didn't talk about it. He's like, no problem. No problem. I did what I needed to do. It doesn't have to go on television. It doesn't have to get aired. He did what he needed to do. But he was asked to do it. He didn't volunteer. And yeah. So I guess he could tell us that people who, damn it, I knew I shouldn't have, had a feeling, had a sense, had a bad vibe, didn't honor it. These feelings are part of our animal instincts. One thing they do in China and other countries, balls. Hold on, guys. Facebook is decided to disconnect. So give it a second here. Okay, I'm back, guys. Okay. One thing that they do in China and other Asian countries in particular is they watch the birds and the animals before the big tsunami that was, I believe, Belize and that area. It was Belize. Wow, my brain. Anyway, I'm sorry. But animals were literally trying to pull themselves out of the ground, like animals that were staked out or tied out, elephants, everything, to get inland. And they watch bird patterns, they watch flight patterns, they watch how the animals move. And even my own birds, I've always had birds, and you could always tell before a storm was going to roll in, the birds got really wild in their cages. They get really. Are you happy with yourself? Speaking of birds, wow. Grooming himself very aggressively, very aggressively. All right. Get a bird, they said. It'd be fun. They said, my dad had a cockatoo. That's why I wanted a cockatoo. He had one of those big ass Moluccans. And so when my little Goffin cockatoo, a friend of my ex-husband's, was trying to find a home for it, their youngest son was allergic and they just wanted a good home for it. They've had it since it was a baby. It was hand fed. And it took me 6 months to get this bird on my hand. 6 months of being bit to shit. This bird was not having it. They attach very much to their people or their person, and it takes a lot to get them to trust you. They have the intelligence of a 5-year-old, and it was a good 6 months before I could get him on my hand. We're good. Obviously, now we're real good, but it's not something that is for an inexperienced person, and that's why so many of these animals do wind up, going up for adoption or sadly plucking themselves. He never did. He's got beautiful, but a lot of cockatoos out of boredom or frustration or fear will start pulling their own feathers out, and it's a horrible thing. So we have more people checking in. Hold on. Hey, Deanna, how are you? Yes, they do. They do. And then you've got to watch them. So, it could be, Susan. And if you want, one thing you can try is some lucid dreaming. Write a message to your dad. Write it out. Like, Dad, can you please show me, pick something. I can't even think to put words together right now. I have my nerve doing this video. But anyway, and put it under your pillow. And I was told that by a medium. Write it out, put it under your pillow, and ask him to show you in a dream. And see if he hasn't come through to you that way, okay? You can ask people to visit you in your dreams if you want. Wow. Do you know, Greta, it's interesting you say that. So Greta's saying that every time she sees a dove, it's a message that someone is going to pass. I've had 2 people this week. I'm sorry, one last week, one this week, but and upset, not happy about this by any means, but they have the gift of, which for them doesn't feel like a gift, but they'll randomly think of someone, randomly dream of someone. Could be someone they went to school with, could be someone they met yesterday, could be someone they know well, a family member. But if that person comes into their thoughts within a short time, days, weeks, they die. And there's no way of distinguishing how, or even a warning. It's just, I was just thinking of that person. Oh my God, that person just popped in my head, and then they'll read about them in the obituaries, or someone calls, hey, so and so died, or and yeah, some people do get those precursors. There's all different forms of paranormal experience and all different types of gifts. Not everyone just sees dead people. Some people hear or see or get feelings, or right? Some people talk to animals. What are you thinking? Yeah, no. Since when do you hate the cat? Wow, okay. Who knew? He's never bothered you. He usually stays upstairs. See, now that Noah's passed away, sadly, I can leave the door open. There's a door upstairs that go up to the upstairs where Roy and I have our bedrooms, and wow. Okay. All right. Anyway, I know. We're puffed up. So anyways, the cat comes down now. The cat comes downstairs. The bird sometimes flies upstairs. We're all crazy, right? So, right? It's nuts. Okay. Yep. So, I don't know. It's just everything is just busting loose right now. Everything's just busting loose. I know. Animals, I know. Animals are crazy. Okay. So what else, guys? Oh my God, Karen. Yes, it's Friday. Oh my God. Seeing dead birds. That's not usually a good sign. You too, cat. Interesting. Okay, Vanessa. That's depending on, again, and different omens. There are birds are a lot of omens around birds, but it's like snakes. In the Native American tradition, snakes are considered an evil omen, and you wouldn't think, right? But snakes are not considered good in most traditions, in most of the tribal traditions, not all. Seen as being healers, and but usually Native traditions not. And by that I mean to dream about them, not to hurt them in the wild, because they have their place. I have 2 snakes, so I'm fond of snakes, but yeah. Well, guys, I don't know what to say. It's just wild. And let me know what you think about the newsletter. I did once again offer, if you want my sage, salt bath, and warding papers that I wrote. It's just how I do it. Doesn't mean that it's the end all and do all, but it's how I do things. Get the newsletter. It actually just says right there to, just hit reply and you get right to me. It's my email. It does go out through MailerLite, so all the emails that go out are protected. They're virus free. No one can access them. No one can access my list. However, hit reply. You go back to my home email. So let me know. I also included a video from my friend Elsa, the astrologer, and good video. It's funny, I was watching it this afternoon thinking, well, that's in keeping with where I'm going with the newsletter. Usually the newsletter I'm working on all month long. I've got pieces of paper, I've got the margins of my calendar, anything random that's sitting there I'm writing on, and then I kind of piece it together as I'm sitting there working. It didn't flow that well last month, and it didn't flow that well this month. These were not easy newsletters to write. These aren't easy times to navigate. It's not easy to describe all this crap that's coming our way. But if there was ever a time that we needed to manipulate energy, shift energy, and yet stay grounded, one thing that creatures having a human experience, we have to have the human experience. And for very often, people just are all in. I'm all about this. I'm spiritual. Like, that's great, but we still have to eat, sleep, breathe, shit, all that stuff. We still have to have the human experience. We have sex, we do stuff. And not everything, is high and mighty. Every act of will is, is an act of magic for sure. We live intentionally. That's one thing that witches do. But, I don't know if I actually poop intentionally, come on, give me a break. Some stuff where we have to do it. We have to live a human life. We're here. We chose to incarnate. We chose to be here at this time, having this experience with these people around us. So, do a program. Stop thinking you're hovering up in the lotus-shaped clouds like Buddha. You're not. You're here on the ground with us. You're in the trenches, people. We're in the trenches fighting the war. Get with it. Oh, really, Deb? All right. Check Facebook because I post on Facebook too. Yeah, I'm looking at this. Daniel saying the same thing. But Deb, go on the website www.talismanandcauldron.com and sign up for the newsletter again, and you'll get it. If you don't open it for 6 months, it automatically stops coming, and then I can't renew it. It has to be renewed outside of May. All right. Just looking at the comments here. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, a lot of metaphysical and paranormal going on, a lot of investigations going on. I have a couple, one group in particular I send people out, my friend Dr. Neblett and his group, and they've been going on some big ones. If there's things that I can't handle internally, I don't go out anymore. Time, and I don't have the energy, frankly. I hired a house cleaner. I don't have the energy to go into people's homes. Events are getting harder to do. Yeah. And again, it's gonna set you up for next month's newsletter. So check Facebook, and it's gonna be on there. It's a long ass newsletter. So as soon as I pull it out of my own inbox, I haven't done that yet because I ran up here to do the video. I'll post it on Facebook. All right. Damn. Yeah. So guys, warding your home is important. Setting up wards to, once you cleanse, keep it from coming back in. And a ward could be as simple as a mirror facing outward that keeps things reflected out and away. Of course, you don't want to let you don't want to prevent good things from coming in. It is possible so much protection, like on your business, that it actually works as a sort of a boundary. And I have a friend who had a shop and was very, very protective and very convincing. The cameras, I don't do that, but the cameras were up, and it's just so much protection. You could actually, someone told me you could see people drive up, look to get in, and then just keep driving on, and not pull in and park and come in. And you can repel things you want to not repel with protection. And with our children too, they're having a human experience too. You can protect them to the point that they won't have experiences that they have to have as part of their own human development. And it's a very, very fine line we walk into how much we get involved and how far we go to protect them. When I see something happening, though, that's not just affecting my kid, but the health and welfare of many kids, like I talked about that bullying experience with Daisy on the bus, I'll put an end to that pretty quickly. But you have to make sure your kid's not complicit, or they also will deal with some of the aftermath or the aftermath. The boomerang's back around. So you've really got to know your stuff before you start doing magic directed at people or at situations. The best magic, self-healing, self-protecting, protect your home, protect your family, cooking with intention, all that's in the newsletter this month. All the things that we do, the stones that we carry, the teas that we drink, the scents that we put in the fragrances in our home. Frankincense, you can look it up. Yale frankincense study, Yale depression. Just put that in a Google search. Yale did studies, and actually frankincense does lift the part of the brain that deals with depression. So just smelling that, and bring that in your home. You don't have to use sage. If sage bothers you, you don't have to use sage. You can. I have like what 11 different types of smudge and cleansing, as well as Santa Yerba, Apollo sticks. But it doesn't have to go there. You can burn stuff. You can ring bells. You can play drums, music. I find whale songs, whale songs on tape. Those are very effective at cleansing and clearing. The yeah, there's other things you can do, and then the scent that you keep in the air, dragon's blood, very effective, very effective. Okay. Hey, Bridget. Yes, you're right, Daniel. It does. Gosh, I was just reading about something else that helps Alzheimer's. Mushrooms. I have been craving mushrooms. I love them anyway, but I mean like literally a bowl of mushrooms sauteed in butter. My God. And I've been even getting at the grocery store the big mushrooms with the crab meat and shrimp, and love them. And it turns out that they also help with. There's a lot of selenium in them, and that also can help. There is a site that I go on, earthclinic.com. That's my favorite naturopathic site, earthclinic.com. Check them out. They put a newsletter out and a top 10 questions asked, or top 10 illnesses and solutions. It's really cool because you can look up anything you want, like let's say dementia, or you can look up cures, like I don't know, cod liver oil, And then what's really cool is after this lengthy explanation, written by very intelligent naturopaths, there's also comments. So someone might say, well, I tried this for, oh my God, I can't think of something, acne, but it didn't work until I combined it with this and this, So there's that too. The comments are gold. So earthclinic.com, a great source. We just have to pull from every conceivable angle, including the mundane, including the practical. I always say practicality before magic. It's easier. I'm sorry, it's just easier. People come in all the time for readings and they'll say, Laura, I just met this guy. Can you do a reading? Make sure he's not married. Make sure he's not, that he's really who he says he is. I'm like, no. You just go on peoplefinder.com, $12, and look him up. Find out if he's married. Find out if he is. Find out if any felonies. Find out what's going on. Guys, and like, I don't feel good doing that. Like, why not? If you was a prospective employee, you would. If you were hiring him, you would. If you were renting an apartment or a house to him, you would. Believe me, you'd look him up. Make sure these people are who they say they are. Make sure you're safe. And the person could present really nicely in a reading. Be a decent person, but have something. I don't know. I know that sounds like it couldn't happen, or that doesn't make sense, but it does, because you're reading people through the filter of the experience of the person in front of you. He's not even in the room. And I personally think most people are inherently good. Most people are inherently good. 95% of people out there really are. We use the word narcissist way too much. That's a form of sociopathic, psychopathic behavior, and it's marked by an absence of empathy. And that's one thing that narcissists have, but that's only 5%. So 95% of people out there, when you meet them, many of them are on their best behavior. And many of them do want to see where this is going to go. It's just that where they want it to go, where you want it to go, are often not the same places, And listen, women don't always tell the truth either. They'll say, I wanted just a romance. I don't want to get serious. And then, 6 months goes by and all of a sudden people want to get serious. And the other person will be like, no, you said you don't want to get serious. Or, and I've seen this time and time again, a guy will say, I don't want kids. I don't want kids. I'm never going to want kids. I've given this a lot of thought. I want kids. And women will be like, okay, well, I don't either right now. And then be like, I wasted 6 years of my life waiting for this person and he doesn't want to have kids. Like, but he told you 6 years ago. And if you knew kids were going to be off the table, that's when you say, we don't want the same things. I'm not going to, instead of trying to be a wifey and show what a good mother you'd be and adopting, a couple puppies together, or, being nurturing, but it's lost on someone who doesn't want kids. So that's where readings are not going to be really effective. Oh, I'm tired. I'm always tired, though. It's not news. Been going since like 6 o'clock this morning. Of course, I'm tired. All right, let's throw some cards, shall we? Is anybody not tired out there? My God. It's like the readings are tough. The readings aren't light. People are going through some shit. It has been rough. And even though I do 10-minute $5 readings, it's like I say a lot in 10 minutes. I can say a whole lot. And I usually have privates before and after. Not today, thankfully, and I was able to finish the newsletter. All right. So I'm shuffling cards. We're going to start with Aries, and happy birthday to all you Aries out there. We are in Aries season. Hey, Elizabeth, how are you? All right. And let's start, okay? Moon tonight. So this is before I even new moon tonight, new moon in Aries. Great time. Couldn't be a better time to start a new endeavor. So if there's something new you want to have, some new push of energy towards an outcome, this is the moon for that, okay? And then get out there when we're done, all right? You're tired. Bridget, I look at your post. I know you're tired, and you're out there in the freezing cold on top of that. So unbelievable. Thanks, Virginia. It went out. It should be in everybody's box. And if you don't get it, check Facebook. When I'm done with here, I'm going to go and pull it and I'll post up on Facebook and in the Talisman and Cauldron and my personal. So it'll be there too. All right, Aries. We start off with the Empress. We have the Page of Wands and the Two of Swords. The Three of Wands reversed, the Four of Coins reversed, and the King of Swords reversed. Aww. All right, so I'm reading comments as I'm. Okay. Well, Aries, when I first glance at these cards, I'm looking at a parental situation. There's a couple ways of looking at them, but I'm looking at a mother-father situation and being caught in the middle. The possibility of a young person who doesn't want to go to school, who's thinking of dropping out of school. It's about money, paying for school, and it looks like one parent is pretty adamant that this kid needs to go to school, and one that seems to think I'm not paying for it. Someone doesn't want to go to school. So there's that. It's like really a rock and a hard place. I hate that Two of Swords card, the rock and a hard place. And it is when you just, if you just try it, it's like I told I saw your message, Deanna, you weren't wrong about that. I see you retracted it, but it's you're not being negative. It is coming. So I just want to validate you. A lot of times, if we just know if our kids would just give something a try, especially when it comes to college or education, and like I told all of mine, go, and if it doesn't work, you can leave, but you gotta try. So there's that element of being stuck in the middle with a young person. How else would I look at these cards? I mean, I don't like the King of Swords reversed. It could speak Aries of God, it's really about a man who doesn't want to pay for school. King of Swords reversed, King of Coins, Four of Coins reversed, excuse me, and the Three of Wands reversed. And this energy and this rock in a hard place. And it could be that you didn't get the education you wanted to get, left you in a rock in a hard place. Very often you'll go later. Well, if you're in your 50s, and people get their degrees when they're 80, don't get me wrong. But if you're working and you've got kids and you're trying to fit in one class, a semester, you know how long it takes to get your bachelor's degree? And then make that money back or make it worthwhile? It's not that easy. I mean, I love the fact that the Empress is the top card, but I want to say then there's some aspect of there's something missing here. Someone doesn't have the education they need to move things forward. Trying to decide how to move things forward. And it really does have a career aspect to it for Aries. Right? It could be that when you were younger, you didn't get the education you were hoping for. Even now, I've done Sweet 16, haven't done them in a while, but a few years back where the parents would only pay for school if the kid agreed to go for nursing or medical. And I have friends my age, they say, well, my parents wouldn't pay unless I wanted to be a teacher. Because they're like, everyone, you always have a job, you'll be off all summer, and that's great. But, teachers and nurses, they're not made, they're born. Every happy nurse I know and every happy teacher I know was playing nurse, playing teacher from the time they were like 5 years old. You don't make someone a teacher. You don't make someone a nurse. They're born that way. You couldn't pay me enough money to be a nurse. I have nothing but respect for nurses. How they do what they do. But there's just some sense of something that you weren't allowed to get. And now trying to make up for it, trying to, and it comes back down to money and career, Now knowing Aries, they're going to figure it out. But you might be sitting with a decision here on the new moon going, well, do I take that class? Do I move it forward? Looks like it's something that should have happened before, though. Should have already have happened, and now it's like, damn, Anyway. All right. Taurus. We have the Hangman. The Ten of Swords reversed. The Eight of Coins reversed. The Knight of Cups reversed. The Page of Cups and the Chariot. All right. I mean, again, interestingly enough for Taurus, it's again this idea of going in a new direction, waiting for the right time, waiting for the money to be right, waiting for the energy to be right, coming out of a sense of failed love, failed, unmotivated with work, and yet what do we see here? We see the Page of Cups and we see the Chariot. It's like full speed ahead, but it's waiting for the right time. It also could be putting the time in on a job that you don't find motivating, that you're not happy, entry level stuff, with the idea that I'm going to get promoted out of this, or I can, and it looks like that's happening. Moving out of something that you really don't enjoy, but putting the hard work in, the Hangman, putting in your dues, paying your dues, and man, things taking off. Starting to see the results of that. And sometimes we pay our dues just so we can put on our resume for the next job, but that's what I'm seeing here for Taurus. And I like these cards. Page of Cups, it really speaks to I've waited. Maybe there was a terrible breakup, that Ten of Swords reversed, never a happy card. And it's like, I'm just going to, rather than look for someone to replace that person, I'm going to take my time, wait, But the right one will come along and I'll know it. And here it is. I'm looking at this like, there it is. The right one's come along. Sometimes if you, well, we talk about rebound relationships, right? But this is the opposite of rebound. This is about waiting, not just settling, waiting for the right relationship, the right time. It's emotional, but it's also financial. So this could be either way. You know, with the Eight of Coins reversed, it really to me feels more like work and career and advancement, waiting for the right time, putting in your dues, but if we really want to stretch it a little bit. Oh, okay, Deanna. Sorry, she was actually trying to add to a comment. I thought maybe you were feeling like you shouldn't have said that. And I don't usually comment on people's posts on Facebook. I don't like to because I don't feel the need to stir the pot. Every now and then, someone I'm friends with that I feel like I feel safe, and I'm not, I might disagree or say. And someone had written this statement about, what the heck did they talk about? I think it was the Will Smith thing. I think it was Monday, actually. It was my day off. I had some time. And they posted their feelings on their own wall, their own space, their feelings. And then they went and made a post. They removed it. I'd seen it. They removed it. And they posted, I'm so sorry. Shouldn't have put it out there like I'm an authority. I'm like, why are you apologizing for having an opinion on your wall? That I don't understand. Why do you apologize for that? You can't have an opinion? Have we reached the point now where we can't express our opinions? I'm not saying you got to believe what I believe, but I'm allowed to have an opinion, aren't I? Wow. This cancel culture, that's why I was like, this cancel culture's gone way too crazy. When I did my Facebook Live there with the products, and it's like the smudge sticks, and that's just enough. Ask some relevant questions before you assume there's appropriation going on. I'm done with it. I'm tired of it. It's ridiculous. It's reached that point now. It's that tipping point. Come on. You can have an opinion. And they'll start posting stuff in the reviews. Oh, balls. I'm sorry. Facebook just went away again. Hang on. Here we go. I'm back. All right. Gemini, the world reversed. Oh my God. King of Coins, Nine of Cups, the Moon reversed, Ace of Coins reversed, Page of Coins. This is all obvious about coins, work, money. So let's just get that out of the way. This is about that. The world reversed, the desire for something new, the desire for a change, a new world, a new life. King of Coins, wonderful card. Nine of the Moon reversed, things being revealed. Ace of Cups, Coins reversed, Page of. This is like a good idea. It's a shitty idea. Seemed like it was a moneymaker, not a moneymaker. Real estate right now. I wouldn't necessarily get into real estate right now. I don't think I'd go get my real estate license right now. You can if you want to, but I speak freely, Bridget. So do you. We're Irish, for God's sakes. Try shutting us up. But seriously, there's some people that can't be silenced. But whatever. The Moon reverse, things being revealed, new ideas. This isn't a good idea. But with this Nine of Cups and this Page of Coins, it piggybacks into a good idea. So okay, that's not going to work, but it's okay. This will. It's got to tweak it. But this is Gemini wanting new, ready for some out of the rut. Tired of being in a rut, tired of the same old thing, ready for something new. And maybe you had an idea, but on second thought, on reflection, not so much. But yet, it piggybacks into something really good. So don't get depressed. Don't feel defeated if you had this great idea and someone says, you know what, that won't work, blah, blah, blah. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Okay. Wow, I really thought that would work too. I thought it was going to be a good idea. Damn. But then someone says, well, you can't do it like that, but if you just change it to this, okay. And then it does work. It works well. All right? And that's Gemini. Cancer. Cancer, the Five of Coins reversed. Wands reversed. The Hierophant. The Five of Swords reversed. Justice reversed. Four of Wands. Kind of a theme going on here. It's like, it's okay, it's not good, but it's okay. It's like, woo, riding a wave here. Five of Coins reversed is financial situations turning around, getting better. They weren't good, but they're getting better. Or you're out of that danger period. You know, maybe you thought you have to file bankruptcy, but oh, no, you don't have to. It's going to be okay. Five of Wands reversed, the Hierophant. Five of Swords reversed. So this really speaks to, I don't want to fight about it. I don't want to discuss it. I'm going to an expert. So whether it's a lawyer or someone in human resources, I always talk about that, but it's like, we're not going to talk about it. I'm going to talk to an authority. And that for me, this Five of Swords, and it's reversed, so it's listening to an authority. But that's what really speaks. It's an unfair situation, justice reversed. I'm not going to discuss it. I'm not going to, you know, and the Four of Wands, which is wonderful, which is celebration, which is usually advancement, creative advancement, opportunities you didn't think were going to happen, celebrating them. You know, I think it's like, you know, I'm the right person for that promotion, let's say. I'm not going to discuss it with you because you're not the hiring person. I'm going to the hiring person about that. I'm going to go to HR about that. I'm going to go to, you know, the supervisor about that. I'm not going to talk to you. You can't hire me. In fact, there may be someone telling you that you can't do what you think you can do. Oh, but you can. Because I'm seeing you celebrating it, but you're doing it the right way, going through the right channels, and success is yours. You know, I was thinking about the expression, sometimes you catch more flies with honey than vinegar. I mean, I know it seems to be a trend to, you know, be very forceful, and I'm demanding, and I want what I want, and I'm not going to take no for an answer. That doesn't always get you really far. I'm not suggesting you got to always look like a pushover, or always got to be nice, or always be, you know, like some Southern belle, like, I was hoping you'd see things my way. You know, no, don't do that either. You know, batting your eyes, and, you know, but you know, writing those little hearts on the eyes, you know. I feel faint, you know. I do hope you'll be kind. No, but you also have to come across like a ball crushing, you know, Amazon queen. There's a middle ground between frail Southern belle and crushing Amazon queen, and sometimes that road is the road to take. Just, you know, could you just please give me an honest answer? Why am I not being considered for this position? Why do you think I'm not qualified? Is there something that's missing? You know, I've been doing the job for 6 months while you were looking for someone to step in. So yeah, that kind of thing. All right. Leo. Hey, cat. Hey. Come here. He's gone. Come here. You want to come? No, he's like, fuck you. You hold the bird all the time. Come here. Hey, come here. No? Nope. He ain't talking to me. All right. Kickers. Come here. Come here. Wow, the bird's up there just watching him like a freaking vulture. Just watching. Like he's roadkill. It's not good. All right. Leo. The Knight of Wands reversed. The Nine of Swords. The Hermit reversed. The Queen of Coins reversed. The Six of Cups. Death reversed. Yeah, there's always a quick, like, I'll get something in my head, or this is like, fuck this, I'm out of here. That's what these cards really say. Screw this shit, I'm leaving. Like South Park. screw you guys. I'm going home. And it really, it's exactly what it means. It's like the efforts aren't being appreciated. I'm wasting my time, my anxiety. I'm not making money here. Six of Cups. I'm going home. I'm leaving. I'm out of here. Death reversed. I'm out. I'm out. I'd rather be alone than deal with this crap. That's exactly what these cards say. Devil reversed. It's toxic. You know it's toxic. You're like, see you later, suckers. I'm not dealing with you. I'm just not playing this game. Wow. Wow. Knight of Wands reversed. Not moving forward. No, nothing. It's blocked. Anxiety. Nine of Swords. The Hermit reversed. I'd rather be alone. And that's exactly what the Hermit reversed is. I'd rather be alone. The Hermit upright is like, I'm lonely. I want company. You know, I feel so sad. Reverse, I want to be alone. I'm good. Queen of Coins reversed, and no money there. Six of Cups. This is literally a card of leaving, going home, leaving home, going. Death reversed. It's endings you're choosing to make. They're not being thrust upon you. You're choosing. And then the Devil reversed. Walk away from something toxic. Now, I will say, this week, I also had quite a few young people who came in who had walked away. They had no friends. They had no friends because they chose to be away from toxic people, toxic friends. And, you know, once you're out of high school, it's not that easy to make friends again, even when you're young. It doesn't, especially with COVID. It's like, you know, you hang out with these people and you realize they're just loser magnets. And I'm sorry, I hate that word, but some people, if they're not going to elevate you, what are you doing? But it's like having a warm body. It's like having someone to talk to, someone's house to go over. Excuse me, until you realize I'm not really having fun here and nothing's elevating. It's just making me down. Come here, sweetheart. Come here. Oh my God, he's so heavy. Okay, come on, you can stay. Come on. All right. So what? Oh my God, I know it feels good because you had knots all under your chin. Big mat right there. I couldn't cut it out. Okay. All right. Aw, Keith. He's such a good boy. I wish you could have seen him like 3 hours ago. He was just massive and all hair. Want to get down? Go ahead. All right. Like, whew, you wouldn't believe what you look like. They have like a double coat, so it's like insane. Thanks, Martha. All right. All right, Virgo. Virgo. Jesus. This new moon is inspiring. Just wow. Okay, so the Three of Swords. Wheel of Fortune reversed. King of Cups. Judgment. Five of Cups. Ace of Wands. So again, brief brush stroke, looking at these cards, it's like brokenhearted, bad luck, crying over spilt milk. So I'll focus on work, you know, which a lot of people do. It's like, well, relationships aren't working out, or yeah, just gonna they double down on work, double down on career. Now, I do want to say it feels like it's like the opening for the Tale of Two Cities, one of my favorite books, by the way. But it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. And it's like part of your life falling apart and the other part of your life coming together, Leo. This idea of crying over spilt milk, it's very emotional. This heartbreak and sadness, this feeling of I can't get out of it. It could be that, you know, judgment, sitting here waiting for a divorce, waiting for, a lot of times you're stuck living with somebody in the house while the divorce is going on, terrible thing. But waiting to go on to the next thing, waiting for that next. But it's a tough time. I don't know. I was in therapy going through my first divorce, and I remember the therapist was saying, you know, Don't know why the courts do that, but they force you to stay together and live together, and it's really a bad time. It's a dangerous time for a lot of women too. But this is what this reason these speak to is like, okay, this isn't working out, so I'm going to focus my energy this way. And I gotta say, the Ace of Wands is a good card. You know, the King of Cups is a good card, but it's the sense of I'm so unlucky in this way, but this I know how to work. I also want to say it's also possible that there's an opportunity being presented by someone who seems like a really nice person. It's like, this isn't going to happen. Like, this is never going to happen. But with Judgment sitting here and this Ace of Wands, and it's just like, okay, but here's a whole new idea. And you can start with a new idea even while you're still mourning the old idea. You can start a new relationship even when you're like, I was really kind of hoping that was going to work out. But Virgo's being very practical. Virgo's being very pragmatic. Every Virgo I know is. It's like, okay, you know that that's just never going to happen. Well, on to the next. And I like it. I like it. You can be really sad over something that didn't happen that you thought was going to happen and still move on and still be happy. It's called being resilient. And that's why, you know, sometimes some parents who know their kids, getting back to the idea of protecting your kids, overly protecting your kids, you know, they're not healthy kids. And they probably are going to experience. I mean, how many of us didn't experience some aspect of bullying? There were always that little handful of beautiful kids in high school. They were usually cheerleaders and captains of the football team and what have you. They didn't experience bullying. And, but the rest of us, we usually did. And you can't protect your kid from that. And it's probably wrong to protect them from all of it. I'm not talking about the bad stuff. I'm talking about the bullying that we get. You can't sit here, my friend. I'm saving it for my friend. Oh, I thought I was your friend, you know? The kind of teasing and the mean shit that happens in high school. I'm not talking about some of the horrible stuff that happens. It happens in the workplace. It happens everywhere. Either you're going to get resilient to it, or it's going to crush you. And we don't want that. We don't want our kids crushed. You know, nothing's worse than you trying to be nice to an in-law, you know, and they just don't like you. Or you weren't the one that the mother was hoping their son would marry. It's like, oh, I'm so sorry that I'm not like ass face over there, you know, my bad. But I hear his stuff all the time. I've got in-laws trying to break up marriages just because they want the kid back home, the adult who has children of his own now, by the way, but wants them back home to support the family. And because the daughters want to move back in with her in-laws, she's the bad person. And it's like, man, that sucks. Like, they're trying to bring up our family because they want him home to do their work. Even though he runs over there all the time after work and he does this, he does that, still never enough. And it's like, man, that's shit. All right. But you can't protect your kids. They're going to have those experiences and they got to be able to get over them. I had this one woman once, and this is years ago, but she was working 3 jobs, got divorced, but she was just convinced that her kids couldn't deal or shouldn't have to deal with like a change of their life at all. No change of lifestyle. So they had to go to the vacations they were used to going on, stay in the house because God forbid. But she was working 3 jobs, and I was like, don't you think that if you worked 1 job, maybe got an apartment with your kids or a smaller place and skip the vacations, but they'd have you, like they'd see you for dinner or they'd be with you? And she's like, no, because that would mean they'd have to move, and that's not okay. I'm like, but people do move, you know, people do get divorced, people do move. I'm sure they've got lots of friends who've had this happen. You know, it's not the end of the world. Because here's the thing, the odds aren't good on marriages if you're a betting person. And what about when they grow up, and then what are you telling them? They have to stay married if they're unhappy? I mean, and I often pose this question in readings, people who are very, very unhappy, dealing with bad situations. I don't mean just, I'm not happy because I'm not fulfilled, or I'm not happy because we've changed, or we don't have things in common. You know, I'm talking about abusive situations. I'm talking where someone is bitterly unhappy. Someone's behaving very badly, very disrespectfully. And they're convinced they have to stay because of these children. And I'm like, if one of your kids came to you and said, Mom, I made a terrible mistake. I really thought I could stick it out. I really thought, I could stay married. I want my kids to have a father. I want my children to have a family, but I'm miserably unhappy. And this person is being so bad, or whatever they're doing, drinking or not coming home, or when they're home, they're just sitting on the couch. They won't pay attention. They're not doing this, whatever, fill in the blanks. They get angry if I try to suggest something different. And I'm miserable. I'm so unhappy. Would you say to your kid, that's not just too bad? Use your bed, you gotta lie in it. You're married, you gotta stick it out. Too bad, suck it up. I would hope you wouldn't say that. I would hope you'd never say it to your kid. I do have women who tell me that they have been actually beaten up by their husbands, and their mothers have said, too bad, you gotta stay. But in all reality, I know, I see you. You would say, no, what? I hope you'd say that. Don't get all good with me. I know you're upset. I know you're upset. It's not the Orlando and Keeker show. I get it. I'm not sharing the stage. Okay. So mad. Anyways, you'd say no. What would you say to your kid? You say, listen, come home, bring the kids, stay home. Let's talk about it. Take a little break. You just wouldn't. Nobody would do that to their kid. You help them out. Make them know there's options. You can stay somewhere they're just miserable, right? Why wouldn't you? And so why wouldn't you do it for yourself? Why are you not treating yourself with the same consideration that you'd show your own kid? Kids deserve a happy parent. Kids deserve a happy home. And you do everything you can. Like I said, practicality before magic. You go therapy. You talk to people. You make sure, but you don't force yourself to stay someplace where you aren't wanted. You don't force yourself to stay someplace where you're just miserable. That's not okay. Yeah, that's right, Cheryl. But you wouldn't believe the stuff I hear. I was reflecting on that. Some of the stuff I hear in the reading room would really break your heart. Nothing more so than gay and trans kids kicked out of their homes, come out to the parents who, I don't know what they were thinking. My God, you really see the kid is questioning, right? And just kicking them out. Kids couch surfing, living in their cars, because not in my household. I've sat there and cried with kids. I'm like, oh my God, how do you kick your kid out? How do you say you can't stay here if you're going to be like that? Bullshit. What's okay, Jessica? So I am up to Libra now. I think people have a preconceived idea what being a parent is. And most of us, speaking for myself, didn't see a time when gender fluidity would be an issue. Most of us, and I'm going to say, most of us don't think when we have our son or our daughter that it's going to be a day this kid's going to come and say, oh, and by the way, hey, Cher didn't handle it well, right? She talks with some sadness how she handled it when Chaz came to her and said, I'm not chastity anymore. And I do sit with some parents of trans kids. If you're not dealing with it as an issue, be grateful. I'm grateful. Don't make it harder for someone who's already dealing with something that they never thought they'd be going through. Please. Oh, Daniel, I love that. I love hearing that. I have friends who also say the same thing. It was fine that they were welcoming of partners. It was good. If you love your kid, you're going to love your kid. Yeah, Martha. But again, it isn't easy. And so often I deal with parents who are trying to accept, but their parents aren't accepting. The grandparents are struggling with it. you know, and it's like, so what do you do? And it's hard. And a lot of people didn't think that this would be a time where you'd be thinking about this. You know, it just there doesn't flow out of the mouth. It doesn't flow. And then on top of that, we do have some people who are just tone policing, you know, and okay, what are you doing to make things better? You're just mouthing words. I agree. We should care. No. All right, let's get back to Libra, okay? Libra, we have the Page of Swords. We have the Six of Wands reversed. We have the Seven of Cups reversed. The Four of Cups, the Magician, and Strength reversed. All right. Don't love these cards. Just give me a second. I'm sorry. I'm going to take one more card. So these, the Three of Cups, the Three of Coins reversed. Ooh. So there's a couple ways that these could be read. One is simply in the process of getting like a master's degree, and there's no advancement, there's no new money until that degree is in place. Some jobs, it's like having a bachelor's in psychiatry or psychology. Excuse me. You're going to be a social worker making like $40,000 a year until you get a master's or a doctorate. You know, there's just no way around that. There's no, you know, you've got to have your master's degree. Certain careers, you know, and I've got a lot of people right now, I'm going to say again, that are like LPNs going for their RN. And I heard that 3 times this week. Why? Because you make a lot more money as an RN. It's a lot harder, but you make a lot more money when you have an RN. You can kind of write your own ticket there, you know? But it really, and this, Seven of Cups reverse, that's okay. You know what you want. Four Cups reversed. Six of Swords reversed. Three of Coins reversed. It really hinges on this. The Magician shows up when someone is really good at something, or it's that degree, that master's degree. And the thing is, I said with that Strength reversed. One more card here for Libra. Nine of Wands reversed. It's like nothing's moving forward. Six of Wands reversed. Nine of Wands reversed. Three of Coins reversed. Strength reversed. Seven of Cups reversed. But you know what you want. And you know you're good at it. It's just the effort to get to that next level is awful. And I want to say, looking at these cards, it may not be the right time. Page of Swords, I don't know. Timing could be all off here. It doesn't speak of being trapped. I'm happy about that. It's just, I know I need to get this degree. I know I need to do, but I'm just too tired. There's no time. I have, God, when I think about it, I've got a woman right now who's a dear friend, and she's an RN. She works an incredible busy schedule. She teaches, and she's getting her doctorate in nursing. And it's like, how are you doing this? And she's got a 4-year-old, you know? And I'm amazed by her. Amazed. And it's just, do I have the energy to do this? I know what I want, but do I have the energy? Do I have the drive? Do I want it? Wow. Okay. Libra, that's just tough. One more card, Ace of Cups. Okay. Well, that's good. You love what you do. I think maybe it's like one of those take a semester off kind of things, or take a break. I think it's too much. I think it's okay to say, you know what? I'm gonna take a gap semester, or just I don't know. I don't know that sometimes it's not time to move forward. Yeah, you just don't. Oh, it's okay. Okay. Hang on, Facebook. Okay, we're back. All right. Scorpio. Scorpio, we have the Star, the Queen of Swords reversed, the King of Wands reversed, the Six of Swords reversed, the Fool, and the Eight of Cups. Oh, man. All right, so my first glance, I'm hoping you don't have a mother-in-law who can't work, dementia, reads like dementia, and has to come live with you. I mean, that's the first thing when I look at this. It's like this idea of it's okay, you're going to come stay with us now. Can't take care of themselves, can't work, can't. It's a new beginning. It's coming home. And again, it doesn't feel like it's you, Scorpio. Feels like somebody who mother-in-law kind of thing. That's one way of reading these cards. It's okay because you got this, but you're saying come home. It's the opposite of the parent talking to the kid. This is the parent talking to the kid talking to the parent. It's okay. You're staying with us now. Don't worry about it. How else would I look at these cards? Well, I mean, I love the Star. You know, the Star and the Sun, the two best cards in the deck. Queen of Swords reversed is a difficult female. The swords are thoughts. I'm sorry, swords are air, air is thought. So that's why sometimes Queen of Swords reversed, King of Swords reversed is dementia. It's the thoughts not processing properly. But it also can be someone who has mean thoughts, a bully, vindictive, malicious. The thought of getting away from somebody who's like that. The thought of getting away, leaving home to get away from. If you're a kid, maybe your parents, could be your parents. The Queen of Swords reversed, difficult mother. The King of Wands reversed, male workaholic. Okay, and you just want to go, get away. God, I had one of the saddest years ago. I started reading her when she was young, like 15, and her brother had just left for college. The mother was an alcoholic. The father worked like 80 hours a week, and these two were on their own. And the brother did a lot of the housework and cooking, and the little girl, when he took care of his little sister, when he left for college, he said, okay, when you're done with high school, you'll come and live with me in Boston, and, I'll make sure you get a place to come to. But for 4 years, this little girl, from the time her brother left, she was cooking, doing her laundry, grocery shopping. The mother came home and just went upstairs and went to bed. She worked. The father had no idea what was going on. And when she turned 18, I used to read her like every so many months. She'd come in, not even a lot. I mean, just enough to let me know she was still okay. And broke my heart. But this kid did well in school, got a scholarship, and sure enough, her brother had an apartment and was waiting for her. And when she graduated, she said, I'm done. I'm out of here. The day I graduate, the day I leave. And she did. She went to Boston with her brother. Every now and then she checks in. She's doing just fine. So, but damn, you go from like a parent who can't bear to let their kid experience a move or any inconvenience at all the child must be protected from, to, you know what? You're on your own. You got this. It's like, wow. So anyway, with getting back to Scorpio, yeah, it reads like one of those, not a great scenario. I would say, Scorpio, just check on mother-in-law, make sure we're doing okay. All right. Sagittarius. All right. Sagittarius. Well, Temperance, which I love. 2 of Coins reversed. 6 of Coins. The Tower. The 10 of Cups. And the Queen of Cups reversed. Ay, ay, ay. All right, well, Sag, the way I read this is I love Temperance because that's balance. The 2 of Coins reversed, and the 6 of Coins is usually no longer needing to juggle money coming in, some sort of financial security, some sort of boon or windfall. The Tower, the 10 of Cups, and the Queen of Cups reversed. Now, what it could be is a female who has dealt with some sort of accident, something that's happened, and like disability coming through. That's the first thing that I thought of when I saw this is depression, accident. I mean, I do love the 10 of Cups, but it seems to ensure the security of the home, disability. It's 2 such very disparate sort of things. Like it's again that worst time, best of times thing. One more card, the Sun reverse. Yeah, this is someone I don't think who can go back to work, or somebody who really can't. But the money's there. Interestingly enough, like the money's there that they need to get through it. And again, balance. I do like that card. So, Sag, I don't know if this is for you or for somebody who you know, that's but I'm going to say it is this sense of it finally comes through after some really tough times. All right, so I've got a Hail Mary play. Sagittarius, Capricorn. Very happy. 10 of Wands reversed, the straw that broke the camel's back. 3 of Cups reversed, Lovers reversed. 2 of Wands reversed. 7 of Swords. 10 of Coins. I'm laughing because I have a very dear to me Capricorn, and this is just like, I'm sure she's laughing too. The 10 of Wands reverse is literally the straw that broke the camel's back. The 10 of Wands upright is unrelenting pressure. But in this case, that ship sailed. Straw that broke the camel's back. The 3 of Cups reversed, out of love. The Lovers reversed, out of love. Okay. The 2 of Wands reversed, lack of support, lack of partnership, lack of team. Okay. 2 of Wands upright. Being fully supported. It's reversed. Not being supported. The 7 of Swords, gossip. It's a card that speaks to gossip and malicious conversations, office gossip. But where's our redeeming card here? The 10 of Coins. 10 of Coins is real estate purchase. Is money coming in? It's a great money card. It's a great money card. 9 of Coins, money wishes coming true. So I just want to clarify that it's not just about Greta. Good night, honey. If you're hoping to buy a house, if you're hoping to buy a piece of property, well, there's the money coming through. You're going to have that. If you were hanging on, let's say a lot of people will hang on to bad jobs because the bonus, whether it's a fiscal year or a calendar year, January, June, those 2 months, it's like I'm sticking until I get my sales bonus. I'm sticking around until I get my year-end bonus, and I'm out of there. And that's exactly what these cards look like. If I don't love it anymore, I don't want to be here anymore, I'm not being supported, fuck all of you. You know? 10 of Wands reversed. I've had enough of your shit. And money comes through, new job comes through, whatever, you sell the house, whatever it is that you're waiting to do, and it's like, hasta la vista, baby. I'm out of here. All right? Capricorn. Aquarius. Hey, Elizabeth. You're another Capricorn. You better have some good news. Spot on. Excellent. I love that, Elizabeth. Got a few Cappies that have been, a couple of you in particular. You guys should get together and form a club. The I'm not taking your shit anymore club. It's really what Capricorn, and they're not good for taking it, but people mistake patient people, stoic people. They mistake stoicism. If kindness is mistaken for weakness, then stoicism. I don't know. Did you guys ever have that game, Don't Break the Camel's Back? It was my favorite game as a kid, and it was this camel that was hinged. It's like a rubber band hinge, and it had these two big baskets, and you had to put straws in the basket. And so funny, but you put straws, and then eventually the camel whoop, and break, and you broke the camel's back. And so I think stoic people, it's like, oh, here. Like when you're washing dishes, big sink of dishes, and you finally get them all washed, and you're on like the last dish, and someone comes over and says, oh, I got another one for you. Here you go. And you're like, I will fucking break this dish right over your head. I got another one for you. Here you go. Like they're giving you candy or flowers or something. Here you go. Here's one more. Like, okay. I'm going to kill you in your sleep. But okay, that's that straw that broke the camel's back, This is the shit this is where people get like on the 11 o'clock news, this is what happens. It's like, okay. You snap, you can actually hear it just snap. You just ended me. My patience, those stoic people get that shit. I know Jen's laughing, but it's true. Am I right? Yeah. Are you raking leaves? That you've been raking leaves all day long, and someone thinks it's funny to jump in your pile of leaves and scatter them? You don't mind, do you? Yeah. I mind very much, thank you. Anyway, Aquarius. 7 of Coins reversed. The Sorceress, the High Priestess, reversed. The Emperor. The Queen of Wands reversed. The 2 of Cups reversed. And the Knight of Swords reversed. Ay. Well, like I said, practicality before magic. And Aquarius, being an air sign, is eminently practical. In fact, I don't know if I even have seen an Aquarius reader. I don't think I've ever had an Aquarius who did readings. Some Geminis, but I don't think I've had an Aquarius. Because they tend to be very practical. Not in an earth sign way, but in a logic way. They can be logical. Actually, Aquarius are like the Dr. Spocks of the zodiac. Really, they're a little weird. Okay, they're a lot weird, but they're eminently logical. Okay, earth signs are practical. So 7 of Coins reversed is basically saying, I have a different way of making money. High Priestess reversed, the Emperor reversed. This is just basically based on this is how you make money. Queen of Wands reversed, hard work. 2 of Cups reversed, Page of Swords reversed. This is really someone looking at making money in a different way. I mean, like investments, Bitcoin. This is somebody who's looking at something that's really nothing based in this is about taking a chance with money. This is about, but it's also not about doing things necessarily the straight and narrow. So if you're investing money, you're investing it differently. If you're And it's also about being lazy. This is hard work, but it's in an industry, the Emperor, pure, but different. This is ready to do something different, but not risky, because the money's there. This is someone who's done their research, somebody who's like, you know what? I can make money doing this. I know I could do this. Not everyone else could, but Aquarius are brilliant. It's a brilliant sign. They are usually, very rarely have I met an Aquarius who wasn't good at math or money. Usually great with math, numbers, just an advanced math, calculus, that kind of stuff. That they get that naturally, algebra, just natural. It's a different way of making money. You guys have just, like, it's like you've reinvented the wheel. Typical for Aquarius, I'll be honest with you. Aquarius and Pisces, we tend to partner well. Different ways of getting to the same place, but I think I read once Thomas Edison, Aquarius, and Alexander Graham Bell, Pisces. They were often running to the what do you call that when you have an idea and you patent, the patent office, almost simultaneously. Like they would have similar ideas, they got differently. But yeah, like it's too bad more Pisces and Aquarius don't team up to fight crime or find lost people, or because they approach things so differently. Aquarius with that logic and Pisces intuition. Although Aquarius isn't a joke either when it comes to intuition. The three most intuitive signs are Scorpio, Pisces, and Aquarius, water and air. Because Aquarius gets these flashes, that are all right. Yeah, God, I'd love to know what this is about too, because I'm always ready to do something different. It makes me think of when I opened the store. I had this idea for a California type store in Connecticut. It was different, but I knew that it would succeed. And this is the same thing. It's like I know that I can throw money behind this. It would work. This could work. I love it. I love it, Aquarius. Damn. And then write a book about it and make more money. After you do it, teach a class and make more money. All right. And Pisces, here we are. Jen. There you go, my Aquarius. So, Jillian, thank you. All right, ready? Pisces, the 8 of Swords reversed. You are sick of feeling sorry for yourself. Ace of Swords reversed. 4 of Swords reversed. 8 of Wands reversed. 7 of Wands, and the Knight of Coins reversed. Okay, my Pisces daughter. This is absolutely exactly. So a lot of you know Daisy's home from Florida. She's going to finish up her college here in Connecticut after having had some very tough time. That was not her fault, kind of thrust upon her, but it was bad. And today, it's so funny because just today she was telling me, was under the impression she had a terrible GPA, and it's not, because she withdrew from classes very abruptly, and it's not at all. And I reminded her, I was texting with her, I'm like, but Daisy, don't you remember in high school even, you would write me, you'd be crying, and you were sure you failed a class, you were sure that and you'd have an A or a B, at the worst, a B. But you were sure that you were going to fail, and this is a kid who, when she was so sick, and a lot of my daughter was sick for like 3 years. This kid, I swear to God, like a bullseye painted on her chest or something. I don't know. She was in a school shooting. Just in college. Just you name it. I'm just like, dear God, be home with me. So I just know you're in bed I check on her every night. I'm like, just watch her sleeping. Like, oh, thank God she's on my roof, because I can breathe and live. It's tough. It's like sometimes, like, God, honey, if it wasn't bad luck, you'd have no luck at all. I've never seen anything like it. But here she is. So the point is this: I'm sick of feeling sorry for myself. She was looking into her GPA. She's looking at where she's going to register for classes. I mean, she's coming out of it, you know, putting money away. Eight of Wands reversed, focusing on work, focusing on school. Seven of Wands, focusing on school. Knight of Coins reversed. The money, you know what? We'll figure it out. We always do. Kid's got to go on for a master's degree, so we got some education to deal with. But this idea of not talking but doing for Pisces, this idea of anxiety for sure. Anxiety is that Four of Swords reversed, but at the time of resting, the time of recovering is over. Now it's time to action, move forward. Is there anxiety? Yeah, there is. But eight of Wands reversed. Focus on career. Focus on school. Seven of Wands. And like I said, that Eight of Swords reversed, that Eight of Swords upright. The sword cards are often diminished or better when they're reversed because swords are problems and illnesses. So the Eight of Swords reversed is that like I can't get over my problems. I can't get up. I can't. Mourning is a card of a miscarriage or abortion or, you know, just this sense of failure, this sense of just I can't get out of bed. It's a terrible card. The Eight of Swords is really a shitty card, but it's reversed. It's saying no more. Tired of feeling sorry for. I don't want to deal anymore. I don't want to feel this way anymore. And I'm going to refocus on what I need to refocus on. Less talking, Ace of Swords, more doing. You know, and yes, she's in therapy. Yes, she's doing all that stuff too. My daughter's boyfriend, you know, like many of you know, he OD'd. He died. Really nice kid, and she had just told his mother, and she was coming back to Connecticut anyway. She was coming back home. Other things had happened again, not her fault. But I was like, come home, finish up your degree. You two keep talking. You know, he had developed a very bad habit, and like many people in the restaurant business, where Coke is everywhere, and then many people stay up late at night. That's how they stay up. You know, they do that, and he had gotten hold of some that was laced with fentanyl, and they found him dead in the streets, literally. And so, but she had just gone to his mother to say he's got these problems, and I'm really worried. And the mother knew, and man, it didn't end well. And literally, like anything holding her to Florida, gone. So it's been sad and hard. And you know, I've seen a lot of parents who are dealing with kids right now who are dealing with some really hard times, and it's not ever like I think I'm better. It feels like you never judge. I don't judge because I've been through it. For God's sakes, I'm divorced twice. Why would I ever judge anybody? Like, I couldn't keep a marriage together. Like, I'm going to tell you, you know, I can tell you what didn't work for me. I can tell you what I wouldn't tolerate. Like, I cannot be disrespected. I cannot tolerate being ignored. That I won't tolerate. Not under my roof, not when I'm working. I just can't. And so I just, but that's me. And many people have different tolerances. Look, I have I'm not gonna say who because it's in my family, but her husband cheated and got another woman pregnant. And she worked to help pay child support for her husband's illegitimate child, and they stayed married. And I'm like, man, that would be my hello, goodbye. You know, the day I got a phone call is, you know, no. You know, but they're there and they're still married. You know, so everyone has their. I know people who've had affairs that the marriage is stronger at the end of the day. You know, as long as two people acknowledge why that happened. And I've seen it both, whether it was the husband or the wife, but I've seen it where they were able to come back together stronger and better. Most times, no, but it happens. It can happen. That it's a midlife crisis or what have you. So I'm not, again, I've seen it happen. I've seen so many different scenarios between having worked for the state and having been reading since I was 13 and leaving home at 14. I've left about 14 years old. So bounced all over the country, modeling, all the people I met in New York, my experience, and people are basically good, basically. But those few bad people, they jack you up pretty good. People that take advantage, and it's usually people that I always say, don't people ever put a knife in my chest or put a knife in my back, or people that I like get close enough and I can basically hand them a knife. Those are the only people that ever got that close to me to do that. And I think the same is true for most of you. People say, well, but you're intuitive. Why wouldn't you see that? Because the only people that get through, the thing is, when you're intuitive, the people that get through are like the best of the best, the creme de la creme of the narcissists or the psychopaths. I mean, they're the really, really good ones, You knock the other ones out of the park, you can see them coming a mile away. It's those really skilled ones that are, There was a great scene, I won't keep any longer, but I wasn't crazy about the show Roseanne, but there was an episode of Roseanne, and her sister Jackie found out that her sister Jackie's husband was beating her, was actually physically beating her. And there was this scene where Roseanne was alone with her husband, and they were getting divorced. And she had said to the husband, I liked you. I liked you. When my sister married you, thought she did well. And you can't imagine how angry it makes me that you got through my radar, and was able to hurt someone that I love, that you were so good that you got through my radar, which is, I remember thinking, man, ain't that the truth, that you just sit there going, how the hell did you get through? But they do. We're not perfect. And anyone that wants to sit there and pretend that I fired readers for saying things like, I'm never wrong, or I'm positive. You can't be positive. You can validate. Usually you can validate with pretty much certainty. This is what's going on. That's what I'm seeing. Yep, that's exactly what's happening. But the outcomes, it's like, if it keeps going like this is the outcome I'm seeing happening. But it predicates on it going like this. And the thing about people is that they can throw a curveball at you. And at the moment of the reading, they can really mean it. People can really think they're in love, or they can really think that they want to stick through it, or they really want to start a business with you. And then they don't. And you're left sitting there going, shit, I just invested my money, or crap, I just bought this house, or I got pregnant. You said you wanted to be a father. You said you wanted a baby. And it's like, oh, you don't. Okay, well, that's great for me. As my brother always says, it's like, hooray for me and fuck you. That's man, it's the truth. So guys, listen, thank you all for being here. I'm rambling, I'm tired. And Daniel, good night, Ray. Good night. Jen, everybody, and I will talk to you soon, Stu. Okay. Deanna, we'll be talking. Angie, hi. And these tapes are up. They're perpetually on Facebook and on YouTube. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, actually subscribe. Not just like the video, but subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000. Thanks, Deanna. Rosemary, and I appreciate that. Thank you all. Have a wonderful night. Happy, blessed new moon. If you get a chance, get out there, if only to just set an intention, okay? Set an intention for something new, some new energy. Think of the Kool-Aid man crashing through the wall, It's that kind of energy. It's hey, it's Aries, baby. They're the ram. Time to knock down some boundaries and some barriers. Get you some, okay? Everyone behave. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.